Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about an unexpected palette. If you don't know me, my name is Duhamel Bentley. Hi, what's going on? I wanted to talk to you guys about the new Morphe collaboration for the nation palette, and that is going to be the Nikita Dragon Morphe palette, or in reality terms, it's Morphe X Nikita, but who's counting, girl? Now, let's talk a little bit about packaging. I really like the black box with this very Tekken. If you played any kind of video games and you know Tekken, girl, this is giving me Tekken vibes all of the way. Was obsessed with it when I was a little boy. I remember for a little period of time, fun story, I had some asthma vibes in my life, and I would do my little therapy mask and play Tekken while the 15 to 20 minutes. Love that because I got a little extra 10 to 20 minutes of game time before bed. So thanks, mom. But back to the palette. I really like the box. I love the lettering and the coloring. I just think they did a really cool job. They also gave Nikita a little Morphe Dragon logo, which I thought was really cool. You also have some detailing on the side of the box here. And I thought this was really cute. In the back here, they drew an anime palette style. She claims to be, inspired by an anime Tokyo fantasy. I love the fact, before we get into this video, I love the fact that Morphe really has branched out to support LGBT community, to support trans. This is a really huge win for the trans community, for them to have someone up in front and promoting, a large product with a large brand. So I'm really excited to review this palette. And if you want to know the real tea, girl, get into the video. Now, before we get all crazy, I have done looks left and right. If you're in this channel and you subscribe and you see the core of our craziness up in here in Doofay, girl, I touch every single shadow in the pan, and I create looks with, from the most natural to the most crazy look that I try my best to keep it as wearable as I can. But this is a 35 shadow pan. 35 shadow pan. And yes, a lot of reviewers are gonna grab the palette and say, ooh, pew, 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 ew, and then just call it a day. But mama needs to sit down, play with every single shade, blend, mix, twerk, live my life with all of my boxes and craziness up in here, and give you guys a real tea. So let's get into the review. I made a little review here with what I've got going on in my eyes. I applied one eye in camera so you guys can see. The colors that I used for my eyes today are going to be, I used Artificial, I used Pussycat, I used Fatale, I also used Shapeshifter and Argumented, and then for the glimmer moment, I wanted to go in with something a little bit different, so I went with 703. In my inner corner, I used Escort, and I mixed it with Estrogen. So for those shades, honestly, I loved, and you'll see how I apply my eye. I am really happy with the way this looks. But girl, let's get into this review right here, right now. honest with you, I think it's a really cute palette. I just honestly, I would have wished, because Nikita Dragon is so big on the dragon and unleash your inner dragon, boom, 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 dragon here, dragon there, dragon up and down. I would have wished almost to see, you know, more of like dragon skin, a little bit more texture. I feel like that would have been sick AF. This is cool, this is cute. I think this is interesting. It just doesn't scream Nikita Dragon to me, but I really do like it. Let's open the palette and check it out. Now, of course, you have the Morphe logo in here, and it says here, Morphe Babe. I need to start using the hashtag. I haven't used that hashtag. So girl, I'm gonna start using that. So this is the palette here. I wanna show it to you guys. Very beautiful. In my opinion, to be quite honest with you, I found that this is a really complete palette. Like, honestly, out of all of the Morphe palettes, I feel like that are coming out, this is a really great asset to the company because it has everything. And when I say it has everything, I mean like it really has really wearable tones that you could transition into a little bit more dramatic, or even if you're more dramatic and want to transition into something a little bit more wearable. This is a really great palette. I think this comparison, it shares a little bit of the corner with the James Charles palette. However, I think the James Charles palette, it's a beast of its own. I'm not trying to compare them, but I really think this is a good run for its money for the James, because you have the pastel crazy colors, you have the rainbow tones, but you also have very beautiful nude tones that are not conventional nude tones. Like, I feel like these browns are giving you a little bit of the cool and the warmth. There's a lot to do and to work with here. Honestly, I loved the shimmer shades. There's a couple of shimmer shades that I really did enjoy. Some of them, the payoff wasn't as crazy as I would have expected or wished, but it's quite all right. They worked really well. I really found interesting that there's two shades in here that are almost, I want to say caramelized, marbleized, all of the above. And one of them is Metamorphosis and Full Fantasy. Now, you can see here I've, dabbered into them a little bit, but this is one of them. And then down here we have another. This is a little bit more dark. I expected a little bit more out of those. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like they're cool. And I think they're a beautiful visual. So I'm happy with them, but I almost expected them to be a little bit more glamorous, a little bit more ready for it to go on and go crazy. But I feel like it performed just like a shimmer, so it was just really cool visually. However, I didn't find anything extremely special about the palette shades. So if that's something that maybe it's attracting you, I'm gonna swatch this one right here, Clean Finger. As you can see here, it's almost like, in my opinion, it's just a little murky, and it doesn't have that oomph extra all the way shine. I think it is a cool shade because like it's a unique shade. However, am I dying for it? No. So with that, if that's part of the reason why you're trying to purchase this palette, just keep in mind that they're gonna morph into one color and they're just not extremely bright. I wanna go over the corner one as well, Clean Finger. And this one here has a little bit more of that Gorgina George shine. But when you swatch it and you go into it, it kind of loses that sheen and that glamour that I'm seeking in something that's a little bit more extravagant. Now, I'm gonna tell you the shade that I honestly am not playing with. Ain't nobody got the time for, in my opinion. And that shade is going to be Matrix. I think it's such a cool concept. I love the name and I love, well, in general, what they wanted to do, but I just didn't like it. I felt like the glitter is really dry, really chunky, and it almost concerned that I was gonna injure my eye, as well as like the fallout, girl, the fallout was very real. That's it right there. It really looks gorgeous in camera, but looking at it, it has almost like a purple base, and then it has like little blue purple, pinky, green glitter reflex. And like you can see there, you know, it's just not the best. Moving on from that shade, I really do think that this is an amazing palette. I would 100% encourage you not only to support the fact that Morphe is standing up, stepping to the plate, you know, and including people that once upon a time didn't have that inclusion. Once upon a time, you know, thanks to brands like Morphe, now they have an opportunity to be successful, feel accepted and empowered, and you know, become a powerhouse. So I'm so excited, and that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to support this palette launch, because even though if you like Nikita or you don't, honestly, I don't personally know her, so I don't have an opinion formed of her. However, I will tell you that I'm so proud of the fact that within her ventures, she's been able to, you know, push through and successfully, you know, made these relationships and help herself with, you know, launches like this. So I'm very proud of that, and I think it's a great day for a lot more trans women and men to come forward and realize their dreams, and not because of whatever dumb idea of society they can't live their life. So with that said, you guys, I really loved this palette. This palette was $30 and it has 35 shades. I think the price is pretty normal. I think based on the quantity of shades and the way they perform, I think it's a 100% great value. I loved every single shade except for the Matrix, just because it didn't perform as I wished. But what can I say? My goodness, I've given this so much thought. I've used every single shade. One of the shades that honestly surprised me a lot was Shigo, which if you know, Shigo girl, impossible. It's funny because the shade, which one was it? The shade Metamorphosis reminds me of the Kim Possible movie for whatever reason. Girl, if you're a fan of Kim Possible, like I am, hit like, subscribe, and binge watch, girl. It's a thing. But overall, I'll tell you this. I don't think that the palette underperformed. I think it performed really well. I think the color selection that has kind of made himself or herself in this palette has worked really well. I love the warm tones. You have, you know, everything from the warmth, you have the neutrals, you have the blue tones, pink tones, purple tones, even green tones. You know, you have metallic shimmers. There's just so many options that you can do here. And to be quite honest with you, I am so happy I made the purchase. It was hard to get, let me tell you. I walked by it when I first saw it restock. I walked away and it was gone. And then when they brought it up again, I was like, should I get it? Oh my goodness, what do I do? Should I live my life? And then of course, I went ahead and got it. I am so happy with it. So you guys, make your own decision on it. Check it out. Honestly, I'm not earning anything out of this. Although, if you subscribe, hit like, and suggest it to a friend and binge watch, you never know. I might be headlining somewhere, someplace, somehow. Anyway, I would encourage you guys to purchase this. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, binge watch, it's a thing. Bye.